Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble. Thank God more people in the media is calling out the buffoonery that we've seen from the Lakers, particularly LeBron James and his son. So, former safety for the Pittsburgh Steelers and Washington Redskins, aka Washington Commanders, also a Super Bowl champion. I think he won 2 Super Bowls with the Steelers, Ryan Clark. I think he did. I know he won 1. Yeah, he won 1 Super Bowl. 1 with the Steelers. He's a Pro Bowler as well, but he played a couple seasons with the Giants. Won the Super Bowl with the Steelers. Played 2 stints with the Washington Redskins as well. Now he's on ESPN on their football segments. He also is on the Pivot podcast with doing this thing over there. So that's Ryan Clark for anybody who's not familiar with Ryan Clark. But he see the goofballness that's going on with the Lakers, and he asked this question: what has Bronny James done where he should be too good to fly commercial? As we all know, it has came out in the past week that Bronny James will only play home South Bay Laker games, G League of course. He only played the home games and not play the away games, which doesn't make sense at all because everybody's talking about, oh, he has to get better. He has to get better. And also that's a response to us calling Bronny James trash. So anyways, I don't know how that's supposed to work out. But the latest to react to the purple and gold move is Super Bowl champion, former Pittsburgh Steelers Ryan Clark, read this from article, who hosts the Pivot podcast. In a recent episode of the show, Clark went on a monologue where he criticized Bronny for allowing his team and his father to dictate the terms of his NBA career. Moving on. What has Bronny James done that he shouldn't be able to stay at the Courtyard Marriott? Asked Clark. You say, well, they fly commercial. What has Bronny James done where he should be too good to fly commercial? The pros is where you came from, is how you were raised, what your parents had. Professional sports is about how well you can contribute. And I think he made a Twitter post as well. The Twitter post pretty much did the same thing. In the Twitter post it says, I guess it's a Twitter post of the commercial. Not the commercial, the podcast they had. When Bronny James played road games with the Lakers G League affiliate, but why? The first headliner noted team flies commercial, and what has Bronny earned? He should be begging his organization, if need be, his father to let him play. He should want to prove himself to. I don't want to go on X for that. No. All right. He should move. He should prove to himself, to his teammates, his organization. Most importantly, prove it to himself that he belongs. It's a feeling we all chase right now, and they won't even put him in the race. And I guess that's a snippet of the Pivot podcast. He's talking about that as well. Moving on. I don't like this. The way they said this. Clark may sound obnoxious with his comments, but he knows what he's talking about. He's not obnoxious. He's spitting facts out there. As an undrafted player in the 2002 NFL draft, he had to start from the lowest of the lowest just to make NFL rosters. And it wasn't until 2006 that he finally got a permanent job with the Steelers. Despite his struggles, he was able to play 13 NFL seasons and win the Super Bowl in 2009, the one against the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, Bronny wasn't expected to be picked in the last June's draft after suffering a heart attack and struggling in his lone season at USC. But not only did the Lakers take a chance with him as the second to last pick of the 2024 NBA draft, but they also signed him to a guaranteed $7.9 million standard contract. In the 6 games he's played, Bronny has seen action in only 16 minutes, scoring 2 points on 6 shot attempts. Ryan Clark goes on to say, if I'm Bronny James, I'm begging Rich Paul, JJ Redneck, and I'm begging my father, please let me travel with this team. Clark added, please let me stay at the Courtyard Marriott. Please let me fly commercial. Please let me go somewhere where I can get more than 6 shots in 3 games to not only prove it to my organization that I'm worth being on this team, but to my damn self. And they go on to talk about Bronny's defense, which is, I don't know. But to Bronny's defense, he isn't a two-way player who is mandated by the league's rules to shuttle back and forth the parent and G League team throughout the year. He has a spot on the main team's roster as a standard player, so you can't oblige him to travel with the Southway squad. Despite that, Clark insisted Bronny go to the G League for his own good. And he goes on to say, I never in my life been the best player on any team. I wasn't the best player on my high school team. I wasn't the best player on my college team. I'm not the best player on this professional team or the G League team. Let me go out and prove that. Talking about Bronny. Because in the end, all these accomplishments are going to be for LeBron James. Bronny is just going to have that money, but he's not going to have one thing that all of us ever wanted, is to prove themselves. And the article goes on to say, aside from his status as a main roster player, reports also say that security is the reason why the Lakers don't want Bronny to fly commercially or stay in a hotel that's accessible to anybody. You can say what you want about him, but Bronny is just as popular as his dad. I don't know why. We know why. But of course, you can't expect Clark to understand that because he's never had to deal with the pressure, expectation, unwanted attention of being LeBron James' son. Sounds like a dig at him, but whatever. And that's the end of the article. Believe it or not, Ryan Clark is right when it comes to this. Bronny James has to prove himself. And he can't prove himself if you're going to hide him. You just can't. But we already saw most of what we already seen from this kid already. He's not that good. He's not NBA material. Meanwhile, you have a player in Quincy Olivari that's playing in the G League and killing in the G League. Probably one of the probably is South Bay's best player and probably one of the better players in the G League, but he's got knocked down to the G League. He should have took that roster and that guaranteed money. But no. It's for this clown show, for this fanfare they got going on. It's shameful how the NBA is. It's very shameful. It's very disrespectful indeed. Kid has not worked for anything. And like Ryan Clark said, he wasn't the best player on his high school team. Wasn't the best player on his college team. Wasn't the best McDonald's All-American either. Probably the worst. And he's definitely not the best player on the Lakers. His daddy not even the best player on the Lakers. He's not even the best player on the G League. What are you good at? I'm sorry, I just thought about that. Your daddy not even the best player on the Lakers. He hasn't been a long time. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's funny. I don't know why I thought that was funny. But yeah. You and your daddy not even the best player on the Lakers. Your daddy hadn't been the best player on the Lakers in I don't know how long. Since he got there. Man, Anthony Davis. Oh, sorry. But anyways. I had to agree with Ryan Clark. And for all the people that you just hating. No, this ain't hating. This ain't hating. I had to get some water. I was coughing when I was laughing. But yeah, this is not hating. This isn't hating at all. This is just splitting facts right here. Ken has to go out and prove it. Can't be hiding, not getting on the team, not showing any type of team unity either. It's just ridiculous, man. How the NBA's gotten. But anyways, some people still say, Ryan Clark is just, hey, what does Ryan Clark ever do? Where's your daddy at? Where's your father? Your father left. Shut up. God, guys always want to get personal. Shut up. Maybe because his dad. Maybe
Shut
because
your
his
mouth and know your
dad.
role.
Oh, Bummy James. Oh, Bummy James. Oh, Bummy James. Why is he in the league? Why is he in the league? Bummy